Go.
Hello everyone and welcome to the artist formerly known as Background Noise.
That was awful.
Joining me today is... well, no. You're awful.
Oh, that was so bad, because we're still called background noise.
Well, I don't care.
I felt like doing that
Even
again.
if we are still called Background Noise. No, we'll keep it, I want to make a different pun every week.
How long have
This
you been
week
sitting
is-
on that joke?
Since Ted told me about it yesterday.
That's amazing. Well, I had a delivery, Josh. You know this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, and you have to act like you don't know. My new graphics card
Okay.
came.
Oh shit, son!
Yeah, it doesn't. It's too big.
Oh shit,
I
son!
genuinely don't. No, I seriously, I don't think it's these exhausts. Do I need them? Do I need
Cut
the
'em off.
exhausts? Could I mount them on the
Replace-
top like a truck?
Replace it with a solar panel.
Why is it
Or a flux
so
capacitor.
big? I don't get it. Fucking gaming. Stupid Skyrim. That's what it is. I'm like, I must play Skyrim in 200 FPS.
At 4K.
Which is entirely unnecessary considering that your eyes can only see 30 FPS because each eye only does 15 and you have two eyes.
I've just opened Facebook and your top knot profile pictures there.
Oh, God's sake. That's
Your mum has commented on it. That's why it's back at the top of mine.
fucking Christian.
Why have you got a top knot?
Because.
Well, I know
okay,
why.
I'm not discussing
I
why I'm tying
No,
my
I
hair
want
up.
you to inform everybody else.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'll be honest as to why I'm tying my hair up. Okay, so I've got this really bizarre identity on Twitch and certain other parts of the internet as, oh, that dude with stupid big hair is super cool, check it out. It's weird and defies gravity.
Vegeta.
It's like an identity thing. It's not so much of a gimmick because it's hair. But it's definitely a form of identity. And as I'm growing and I'm trying to break through, I don't want to take that piece of identity that a lot of big streamers know me as and just fucking straight remove it. They'll be like, FloppyQuill, that dude with the nose ring? Like, no, it's an identity thing. Plus, it's like, yeah.
You have a beard.
I like having it big.
Oh.
I like having a big, stupid haircut. But when I'm at work for 13 hours, or I'm just lounging around the house, or I'm just popping to the shops, I don't want to have to, because I have to do it, because it comes down to like the bottom of my nose, and it's on my face, so I need to mess it up and put it on top of my head, if you know what I mean. And I don't want to have to do that just to pop to Tesco. And so I don't walk out into traffic, because I can't see what I'm doing, because I have this dumb fucking haircut. So I just tie it up for the sake of convenience.
That's fair. That's honestly, like when I saw you and Tedwin having a chat about it earlier, that's complete opposite to what I thought.
What did you think?
Well, I thought that, you had to tie it up because it was providing some form of skin irritation to your girlfriend.
Yeah, that too. No, it's
Also,
pure
how awkward
convenience.
would it be? I've always thought this as well after watching Dragon Ball Z several times. I've always thought, how awkward would it be if you went Super Saiyan sort of mid-sex?
What, like you're climaxing and you start screaming
As you climax, you just...
Kamehameha?
Yeah.
And then blaster against the wall, and there's just a giant blood splatter across the wall where you like slammed her into it. It's like, oh shit, she's dead, man.
Well, that's another notch on the bedpost, quite literally.
Oh dear, yeah, we have no topics today, guys.
We have plenty of topics, we're just not talking about
Well,
them.
because realistically, what have we done in the past week, Josh? I've been at work and playing Skyrim, and you've been at work and played GTA.
I've been at work playing GTA, I played City Skyline today, I've had numerous debates with my friend to the point where they probably don't want to be friends with me anymore.
Okay, you played City Skylines. Let's talk about that. Did you play the most recent SimCity?
Yeah, I played it with you several times.
Okay, cool. I have a memory
On
of a
stream.
sieve, dude. You know that.
I had a girlfriend at the time.
Okay, well, as someone who hasn't played City Skylines, sell it to me.
Okay, well, for a start, it's infinitely better than SimCity.
Well, fucking get sold.
It functions more or less the same way, but like there's the added thing is you have to lay your own pipes and power lines, which is weird. That took a bit of getting used to.
You mean like you
But-
did in SimCity 4 and SimCity 3000?
Yeah, I know, but after like it's been years, donkey's years since I played SimCity 3000.
Okay.
So, as I've played other games since.
Okay.
But yeah, so that took a bit getting used to again. What else is new? There's like achievements that you unlock buildings as you go, which kind of encourages you. So you can't plonk down a police station straight away. You have to get to a certain threshold of population first.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to play it.
And then it's the same with also in terms of like you had your industry area, your commercial area, etc.
Mm-hmm.
It's now split into density. So you got low density population area, high density population area, low density commercial area, and high density commercial area. It like City Skylines focuses more on building an actual city in the shape of like a city, rather when like SimCity, like you pop down an area and the buildings did whatever the fuck they wanted to do. So you had like a random warehouse next to a skyscraper in SimCity, but in City Skylines you could sort of like plan it a bit better. So you'd have warehouses on one side, you could have like a whole district in the middle. It's quite nice.
It sounds cool. I'm probably not going to play it though. I'm bored of city games for now.
I just fancied being God for a moment, so I thought,
it sounds cool.
I'm going to buy City Skylines.
I watched quite a few people play it. A lot of streamers I like were playing it, and I was like watching. And one thing that I really didn't like was, and I don't know how integral this is, the fucking Twitter feed.
There is the.
I was like looking at it like, what? Get that off. Get rid of that.
That's a bit annoying on City Skylines. Also, like the people, quote AI people, whatever, tweet the most bizarre stuff. Like somebody, like I was in an area with no volcanoes or whatever, but somebody decided to tweet about like random facts about volcanic ash. Like who tweets that?
Okay.
That's a very bizarre thing to tweet about. Also, they did hashtag no more ash. Get out.
Maybe that was just someone who really didn't like the original anime series of Pokemon.
Hashtag no more ash. Hashtag down with Pikachu.
Man, it's taken every ounce of my being not to talk about the hockey, because I know A, you don't know anything about it, and B, you don't care about it. And I'm pretty sure a large portion of our audience don't care about it.
Care about it.
Every inch of my soul to just not scream about the hockey. So I'm like, talk about something other than hockey. Talk about something other than hockey.
And now it's time for FloppyQuill's random tangent of hockey ranting. Begin.
Okay, Sidney Crosby's a little bitch. Fuck the Pens. Back to you, Josh.
And that was FloppyQuill's random tangent of Floppy's hockey ranting.
Okay.
We're gonna make that a little random segment eventually. I want that to be a theme song. Someone out there with audio talents, make that a theme song. And
Talking
we'll put
of
that
audio talents,
every week.
The Star Wars trailer. See, I'm doing the bizarre things now.
Yeah, bizarre segue.
I was like, when's he gonna shut up about this fucking city game so we can talk about Star Wars?
Well, all you had to do was Star Wars, and I would have just gone off on it.
Okay.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it looks
like I'm actually so excited.
Did you get goosebumps?
I didn't get quite that. Well,
You're
actually,
a fucking
no. Yes, I
robot.
did. I did. I got goosebumps, but not at the bit that everybody else got them.
Where did you get the goosebumps? Because I got the goosebumps when the Millennium Falcon was like flying through that landscape. I was like,
that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like when he like flew through the engine of the Star Destroyer, just like the whole like wreckages of all the Star Destroyers and shit, and like the skies
cool.
as well. That was pretty damn awesome.
It was so cool.
But the bit I got goosebumps at, and this is really weird, when they showed R2-D2.
For anyone who doesn't know, Josh is a bit of a fangirl when it comes to R2, which is bizarre considering he doesn't have a single line of coherent dialogue.
But he's still one of the, that's the best part. He has no dialogue, but he's also one of the best characters in the entire franchise.
What is it about people falling in love with characters that don't have any or like a large amount of actual dialogue? So you're a fan of R2.
The few moments you see them in, like, it's all displayed with the personality rather than what they're saying.
He's a fucking bin! He's a bin with a projector! Like, that's...
How many times? Right. How many times in all 6 films has R2-D2 saved the main characters as well as everybody else nearby?
He's the real MVP.
He is the real MVP. And he can fly.
I didn't like when they made him fly.
I
didn't
did. I
like
thought it was
that.
pretty cool. I guarantee he's going to fly again in either 7 or 8.
Oh, they're probably going to do something a bit more ridiculous, I reckon. I don't know.
I want more
imagine saying that.
R2D2 and less C3PO.
I like C-3PO.
Oh, why?
Because he's such an... He's so shit, it's good. Like, his character is so annoying that I love him.
Is that your backwards logic, though? C3PO is so shit he's good, and R2D2 is so good he's shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, sure,
Definitely.
whatever. Let's go with that. You like Jar Jar Binks, then, do you?
Oh, who? No, that's not a character. That never happened.
Floppy
Shut up.
is a secret lover of Jar Jar Binks.
Well,
Floppy
well,
loves
when
Jar
we
Jar
were in
Binks.
Forbidden Planet that one time and we got interviewed about this was just shortly
I'm
after
tweeting
they
that.
announced the movies were being made, and we went to the comic book shop Forbidden Planet here in London when Josh came to visit me, and we got interviewed, and Josh was there being all nervous in front of the camera like, I really like R2D2. And he like came to me, they were like, who's your favourite character? I was like, Jar Jar Binks. Like, just straight up dead into the face. I really like Jar Jar Binks. No, I'm not kidding. I really like Jar Jar Binks.
I'm putting that as a hashtag on Twitter.
Okay, and
I've done it now.
and if
I've
you
done it
could
now.
have any ability from the Star Wars universe, or what was it? If you could be any character, I was like, oh, I'd totally be Darth
yeah.
Vader, so I can just kill people.
Yeah, he was so sociopathic and passive aggressive in his interview. It was like,
Seriously,
why?
they would. I swear they were like, this guy's fucking mental. It's like, I love Jar Jar Binks and I want to kill people. Can I get back
I
to
did
browsing the Doctor Who mugs?
yeah. When they asked me, I did say R2. They were like, they even tried to convince me otherwise, which I thought was
Not
like,
Luke.
why are you doing this?
It's like, no one
Yeah.
likes Luke. No one in their right
No, I don't
mind
like Luke.
likes Luke.
I like his lightsaber, that's why I have it. But
No one likes Luke Skywalker.
he's alright.
No,
Episode 6, Luke Skywalker's better than 4.
I liked him in Empire.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good in Empire.
But
he
he
was
got-
just
he
4.
got
In A
really-
New Hope, he was a bit.
In New Hope, he's
He's a
just, I want to get
he's a
off this
pansy.
farm, Uncle. I was like, fuck off, Luke. Just stay on the farm. Shut up.
None of this would have happened if you were on the farm.
Exactly. Darth Vader would have just been going about his business, and you would stay on the farm and.
Like, can you
just-
imagine the insurance claim on that fucking battle station? You've cost the Empire millions and millions of credits. Selfish little farm boy.
Fuck Luke Skywalker. Hashtag Team Sith.
But as I was like, what I was saying was they when I was doing the questionnaire as well, and they interviewed me, I said R2D2, and they've tried to sway me of like, do you not want to be a Jedi or anything? I'm like, no, astromech droid, get out.
Yeah, you were being such a fucking nerd. You're like the astromech droid.
Astromech
And they were
droid.
like, every movie he saves the day.
Fucking does. He does.
Jar Jar Binks saves the day in episode 1, just saying.
The only time he doesn't save the day is when he's blown up at the end of episode 4, like a fucking martyr he is. Just saying.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Well, I'm extremely excited for this movie. I truly am. Like,
I am too.
I was watching it and I was sat there like a little kid, nails in my mouth, like, oh my god, goosebumps on my arm. Lisa was sat there like, and I was like,
Oh, come on,
my
Lisa's gonna love it as
God,
well.
Oh my! And then Chewie and Han come out, spoilers, and they're like, we're home, Chewie. I was like, they're home, boys.
I want to know what that line means. Like, where the fuck have they possibly
He
been?
just turns up at his fucking 2.5 bedroom suburban house out in Philadelphia. It's like, we made it back, Chewie. And then the rest of, and then tangent. He decides he goes into the attic, and he's browsing through his dad's old trunks and chests, and he finds a hat and a whip and a love for archaeology. Boom. Straight into Indiana Jones.
I
Done
thought
it.
you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say something stupid, like he was browsing his parents' attic. He goes into the chest and finds a treasure map,
No.
and just fucking the Goonies
Even
with
better.
Han Solo.
He finds a
and
load
Luke
of whips and
Skywalker.
chains, and he's just like, Chewie, get in here. This is my playroom.
Yeah, we've only seen like 3 rooms in the Millennium Falcon. We don't know what else is in there.
There is only 3 rooms. The rest of it's just full of.
Just metal.
It's just yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, only about like 40% of the entire Millennium Falcon is livable.
I don't think I've ever asked you this question. I don't know if you can actually answer this question because I know you're a massive fan of the universe. But which out of the 6 is your favorite movie?
Ooh, that's hard. I'm gonna have to say controversial. Return.
Oh really? Episode 6.
Yeah.
Ah.
The reason why is because I'm a huge fan of like space battles and stuff, and all dogfighting in space, and in episode 6 has the best one out of the entire saga.
Yeah, I'll give you
Like
that.
you got fucking battleships and space lasers. Spaceships being destroyed by Death Star, and fucking dogfights, and an entire Star Destroyer gets the Executor, the Super Star Destroyer, gets taken out by a single little dogfighter.
See,
That's cool.
I mean, it's my second favorite, I'd say. It's like joint second. I can't decide between New Hope and.
I do. Right, here's my problem, because I like the prequel. Well, I like 2 and 3.
Oh.
But not because, like, it was very badly written, just the concept was great. I
don't
Clone
like
Wars
sand,
have been
Padme.
better.
It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere.
But I like you.
I like you.
Fuck you, you stupid little
Yeah, that
twat.
was stupid. The whole romantic subplot could get the fuck out into one of those bloody trash incinerates on the Death Star.
Seriously,
Get
the
out.
relationship between Luke and Leia, just, they're fucking related, was more aww than fucking Anakin and Padme.
Yeah. But like the Clone Wars and General Grievous and all of that kind of like Count Dooku and all that was cool.
Grievous
that
was
frickin'
badass.
cool.
Though I hated Obi-Wan riding that gecko. That annoyed me.
Oh,
He was
shut up. I love Boba.
Shut up.
That's his,
Shut up.
that's his name. I know his name.
That's sad. That's sad. But yeah, back to the original point. I think my favourite would be Empire. No, let's say probably. It definitely is Empire. It's the best one.
I like Empire.
Empire's got my favourite non-main character in it. So not your Darth Vader and Han Solo are probably my 2
is it Boba
favourites.
Fett?
No, it's not. I hate Boba Fett.
I love Boba.
I don't like Boba Fett.
Actually,
I don't get the hype
no.
around Boba Fett.
I like Boba Fett, but unless you're a fan of the expanded universe, he is a bit shit.
He doesn't really do anything. No, come on, guess.
Exactly.
Guess. It's not Boba Fett.
He dies. The only time he does it, he dies. Okay, your favorite non-main character?
Yeah, as in not.
That's not Han and Chewie.
It's not Han. It's not Chewie. It's not Luke. It's not Leia. It's not the robots.
Is it Lando?
It is Lando.
I was gonna say it's either Lando. If it's not Lando, it has to be Lobot. And why the hell are you a fan of Lobot?
No, I love Lando. He's such a badass. With a cape.
He is cool.
Fucking
The only other black guy in the universe.
Get out of here, you cynic pirate. Best
I love it.
fucking supporting character in the entire series. Without a doubt. But then in episode 6, he comes back and instead of being that double-crossing, sly, ooh, what's he gonna do next? Fucking rogue. He's like, I am a good guy now. I'm just gonna help out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna help the rebels out. We're gonna win. Yay, go team. It's like fuck
It was
you,
character
Lando.
development.
He's like pussy whipped by the rebels. It sucks.
Well, you say that though, but like Darth Vader tricked him into selling out his city, and like I don't know if you've been ahead of a city before, but I have, and well, I'll just say it's not nice having been tricked to get rid of your city. He saved them.
I just don't. I like Lando. I like Lando. It's like joint first between Han and Vader, then it's Lando. And then original Yoda. I don't like the prequel Yodas. I really
I like
don't.
prequel Yoda. I like prequel Yoda, and I like original Yoda for different reasons. I like prequel Yoda because he's a bit of a badass.
Yeah, but I hate how he's a badass. Like, fucking crazy acrobatic, like he could join the Chinese gymnastics team. And then he goes from that to like 10 years down the road, he's like, oh, I'm old.
It's a bit
and
more
I
than
am
10 years. It's
broken."
more like 30.
So? The dude's like 1,000 years old. What's 30?
I know. True.
Like, does he get
But
up to
then-
like 970 years?
Like he has
and
to.
then at
Like
that
there has
point
to be
he's
a
like,
reason
boom.
why he's head of the Jedi Order. He didn't just like land in that position. Especially.
No, I'm not.
Especially when if he was the like frail old guy from the original series, and don't get me wrong, I do like the frail old guy from the original series because he's cool and he's like he had character.
He
But
had so much
if he's
more
not
character.
if he's not a badass, why hasn't anyone knocked on his door and killed him instantly already?
But I love the fact that he just had this ridiculous amount of respect from everyone, and I get that. Like him being a badass is cool. It just made no sense time wise. Made no sense.
Yeah, I get
So
that.
you go around from jumping around and fucking people up to living in a tree.
Well, yeah, I like the prequels. Just they're shit compared to the originals. I'll say that. Right? Don't get me wrong. I don't love the prequels, and they like Phantom Menace was fucking awful and shouldn't exist.
Though the music
But
in
I
Phantom
like-
Menace is one of my favorites.
Like the animated series, the Clone Wars, the new one, is really good because it explores the Clone Wars and explores a decent storyline with them all, and it's a really good like thing. It's what I wanted the prequels to be, like exploring the Clone Wars. Everything was really cool because like an expansive universe like Star Wars deserves some like extra credit for it, and the prequel series royally screwed it up.
I just didn't like. They were just fucking boring. Like there was some cool little things in there, and I love the fact that Brian Blessed got to play a role. Like I said, the music in Phantom Menace was very good.
Yes,
And I kind of liked the art direction they went with the droids. I quite liked that, but it just didn't fit. It just didn't make sense. The whole time scale, it feels like they got the technology. They were like, cool, let's make everything a robot, and then they were like, shit, we need to make this. It needs to make sense in the canon. We'll just feed them a load of shit. It felt very
I think it was just badly written,
square,
and the whole
square pegs and round
like,
holes. It doesn't mesh.
Yeah, it was bad. Like it could be written fine. I mean, like take Battlestar Galactica and the Borg. You can have robots as a super big villain and done well, but like it was just written badly.
The Borg aren't robots.
No, but you get my point. All right, okay, fine. The replicators better. You could have
Stargate. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But my point is, you can have good, well-written, like, superb armies of robots, and they could be written well. Just the prequels weren't written very well, and the whole romantic subplot ruined the whole thing.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Because I think I've seen an edit of episode 3 or 2. I can't remember. It was a very long time ago. But they took out all of the like Anakin Padme shit, and it was so much better.
Oh, dude,
it was like 45 minutes long, but it was so much better.
Episode 3 has the best and worst scene in the series, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
It's the end scene when Anakin becomes Vader.
Oh,
No, not that bit. Not when he starts yelling, but the bit before when they're assembling him. It's like, oh my god, this is so badass. But just before that, or is it just after that? I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched, and I didn't really pay attention to it because it was kind of boring. But when the babies are being born, and the robot that's like, moo, 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 moo. It's a boy. Moo, moo, moo. It's like, it's fucking dysfunctional. What are you doing, man?
That links back to the Goonies.
What are you gonna call him? Luke. Oh, fucking Krishna.
And then, like, she fucking
some gas in her
dies
and
for
shut
no
her up.
reason. She just gives up. Pansy.
It's because she can't handle the fucking robot. Go, moo, moo, moo.
Yeah, she got PTSD from her midwife.
To be fair, her midwife looked like a shaved Kinder Egg. It was really weird. Like if you scalped the milk chocolate, you said the white chocolate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it's just the battles. The battle sequences in the prequels were much better.
Yeah. One thing I did want to say though about
The
episode
Wookiees in
6.
episode 3.
I am with you on episode 6 up until the Ewoks. I think I've just
Yeah,
divided
I've always had a
us.
problem with people loving the Ewoks but hating the Gungans, because fundamentally they're the same thing.
Thank you. The Ewoks are so annoying, and I swear they were only put
Oh,
there to satisfy,
Ewoks.
like, because at this point in time, I can't remember what the exact time difference between episode 4 and episode 6. Do you know?
I think it's about, I want to say 5 to 7 years.
Okay, so if a 15-year-old kid goes to watch Star Wars for the first time on release, and he falls in love with it, and then he's a teenager, late teens, and he's watching.
Oh, do you mean the time span of like chronology or release?
Release.
Date? Release date. Then it's about 8 years. I want to say.
Even more.
Like
Okay, my point's still valid. Then episode 6 comes out, and this teenager is now a man, and he is in love with this series, but he's got a girlfriend, and I swear the only reason they were put in there is to satisfy the bored as fuck girlfriend. And he's there like, oh my god,
hey, it's
and
not
then
the
they
first
come
time
on,
that's happened.
and the girlfriend's like, oh, because every girl I've ever watched Star Wars with has been like bored out of their mind, and then the Ewoks come on, and they're like, oh my god, I love them. Like, shut up.
Hey, well, it's not the first time that's ever happened in a film. Let's face it.
No, it's really not, is it?
Yeah. It's
So.
But I like the Ewoks, but I don't like love the Ewoks.
No, I fucking
And
hate
what I
Ewoks.
don't understand, the thing about the Ewoks that I most get confused about is how, like, what is it, 20 rebels against a whole planet's worth of garrison with a couple of teddy bears. How the hell do they win?
This is why 6 is not my favourite movie.
There's too many plot holes.
Yeah, plot holes and Ewoks. I love
I'm
this.
just a
I love
sucker.
when they're on the speeders going through the trees and shit. That's so badass. But then it's spoiled
Yeah, but
because you got the Ewoks.
My view of 6 is a bit clouded because I'm a sucker for a good battle sequence, and
Yeah.
episode 6 does have the best battle sequence.
It does, but as far as I'm concerned, 5 has the better lightsaber fight. It has the best story development in terms of Luke and Vader and the
When you
hands
say
cutting
best
off. And...
lightsaber fight, it does, but then if you bottle it down scene by scene, they're only actually clashing lightsabers for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, but it's the suspense and the whole spectacle of it all.
Yeah,
The way it's built up, it's like, oh my god.
that's another reason why. Like going back to what I was saying about the whole expansive battle sequence of the prequels. I love the lightsaber sequences in the prequels because they were fucking badass. That's what I expect from warriors with laser swords.
Yeah, one of the best fights as well, and I hate to say it because it's a prequel movie, one of the best fights is Grievous.
Yes, agreed. And you see a lot more Grievous in the animated series, which is an actual good thing. I recommend you.
I tried to
watch
watch
it.
the animated series. I didn't like it. I just couldn't get on with it. It was cool. It was fine. But...
It starts off a bit slow because it's aimed at kids, but later on they realise that more and more our age people are starting to watch it, so it gets a bit more serious. And the new animated serials about the rebels, which is set between I want to say 3 and 4. The new series coming out, they do a massive what's the word? Look back kind of thing, reference whatever to the Clone Wars animated series.
Okay.
They explain where the fuck Ahsoka's been.
Talking of sci-fi movies and how they we had a peak and then it dipped and went shit or whatever, and then it peaked again.
Yeah.
I've got this weird feeling in my bones, and I'm going to excite, disappoint, or anger a lot of people when I say this. I've got a feeling in my bones that we're going to see some more Firefly soon. I don't know why.
No.
I have a funny feeling we're going to see another Firefly movie.
I don't. But I get that feeling, though. Instead, I feel like they're going to play with Guardians more.
Guardians?
Because Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dude, completely different studios.
I know it's completely different studios, but it's the same kind of, homely kind of renegade kind of crew on a ship.
Guardians
You know
of the Galaxy is Firefly with aliens. It pretty much is.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to get at.
Okay, taking the Firefly series and taking the Guardians of the Galaxy, which do you prefer?
Firefly.
Really? I was not expecting you to say that.
I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's definitely been one of my favorite films to have ever come out. But Firefly, no, Firefly all the way. Better character development, better narrative overall. Also, it works better as a TV series than it would as a film.
Well, Serenity works well as a film.
Lots. Serenity was definitely a good film. But if you count Serenity as part of Firefly, which I do, it's just a very long episode.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's what the best movies made of TV shows are.
Firefly is...
That's like like the Star Trek Next Generation movies are pretty much just long episodes.
Yeah.
And that's why I love them so much. Because they don't try and get silly with it all. They stay to what they know. They just have a bigger time frame and a bigger budget, and that's why it's so damn good. It's why First Contact is one of my favourite movies of all time.
Yeah.
You've not seen it, have you?
I have seen it.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Actually.
Okay. Okay.
But no, there's lots of reasons why I prefer Firefly over Guardians, but I do love Guardians.
Yeah, I know. Don't get me wrong. I adore
Firefly just
Guardians.
has a lot more.
I love what I love about Firefly is it's like 3 fucking things mixed into one, like 3 genres, like just.
Oh yeah,
together.
it's like half Western, half sci-fi.
Don't say half again because you can't have 3 halves.
Half.
It's part. Yeah, it's part sci-fi. It's part Western. It's got the whole Chinese element to it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so cool.
What I will say though, and this is fucking true, because I know it's true because they revealed it the other day. There's going to be more Blade Runner.
Oh.
Yeah. Harrison Ford. He was in it. Like it's going to be a Blade Runner 2.
Ooh.
And very, very recently as well. I think it was released only for a couple of days in certain cinemas. Surprised you missed it because you live in London. But they did the Blade Runner Final Cut, which is like a lengthier version of the first one.
Okay. Right, talking to movies, and of course we talk about comics a lot. I did want to ask you this question. This is one of the questions I was going to ask you last week, but I completely forgot about, if you remember.
Yeah.
If you can take any comic that still hasn't been put in the big screen, what would you bring to life in cinema?
Oh shit! Hold on, I need to Google it. I know the exact answer I want to say, but I can't remember the title of the
comic character. Doesn't necessarily have to be a specific book.
Oh, because I was going to say The Boys. I don't know if you've read The Boys, but it's a superpower comic, but it's a bit more realistic. It's like I don't know. It's okay. It's like if superheroes were real. It's basically set where superheroes are real, but most of the superheroes, if not all, are really like egotistical, and they get really like involved and corrupted by their celebrity status.
Okay.
So like that when they save people, it saves people more for the image than the actual saving.
Okay, that's quite cool.
It's a very, very good comic, and there's a character based on Simon Pegg in there as well, and he's one of the best characters. He's amazing.
Okay, I've got 2 answers: a serious one and a silly one.
Okay.
The silly one I'll open with. I can't even remember if this is the proper name of him. Captain Britain.
Yep.
Totally do that.
Yeah,
I
want to see that.
So bad.
He's actually got a really good comic if you read it.
Yeah, but it's just you can imagine being put in the movie. It would be so bad. He'd be played by like Daniel Craig, and it would just be awful.
Oh god, yeah. I want Captain America. Captain America. Captain Britain to be played by Daniel Radcliffe.
Ah, no.
Daniel Radcliffe, because that'd be the epitome of Britain.
You've just mentioned him, Simon Pegg.
Oh, Simon Pegg would be an amazing. No, actually, no. There's a I can't remember the character's name. There's a CIA kind of agent that, or not a CIA, MI5. MI5 agent that's like a companion of Captain Britain. Simon Pegg would be perfect for him.
Okay. And now for the serious one. Now this is not a superhero comic. It's one of my favorite comics of all time. For a couple of people on the cast to be like, you don't know comics, Floppy. You just talk about the movies, bitch. I corrected the movies in the last episode. I know what I'm talking about. I want Mouse on a movie.
Mouse. I don't think I'm familiar with one.
Mouse. It's a depiction of a Polish prisoner of war, like captives that are in the Holocaust, but it's set in a world where the Nazis are cats and the prisoners are mice.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's actually a good comic.
It's a fucking. I cried. It's so good, and it won the Pulitzer Award. So it's actually classed as like one of the greatest pieces of writing ever. Like it's not. It transcended comic book to fucking like up there with Shakespeare.
I want to say that's already a film.
I've never seen it as a full-blown movie. It might have been done like, you know, some low budget whatever, but I'm talking like AAA fucking silver screen here.
I'm pretty sure that is. Let me just look real quick.
They could live action it and then CGI cat faces on the people.
No.
Why not?
No.
If you haven't read it though, you need to read it.
Again. I've read it. Hold on, I just spelled comic wrong so many times. Right,
wow.
Hold on, hold the hell on.
It's spelled M-A-U-S.
Yeah, I spelled comic wrong.
Oh, right, okay, you got the German spelling of mouse. Not a problem, but comic?
The English word comic,
Did you spell it with a K?
No, I spelled it with 2 M's. Okay, no, it hasn't been a film. What the hell am I thinking of then? I swear it was. I think it's something that had, like, influence from it, maybe.
You could do it in the style of Fantastic Mr. Fox. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
That's stop animation.
Or jokey, like, you could have an Aardman mouse. Like Wallace and Gromit meets mouse.
Yeah, I would love to see a mouse movie. It would be dark, it would be touching, it would be emotional.
It would be good.
But it would also shut those fuckers up when I say I read comics and they're like, oh, so you're just a fucking nerd. Like, nah, check this shit out. It's deep.
But my serious answer is The Boys, just because it's such a good comic and it would work so well, especially now with the whole popularity of superhero.
Yeah.
As a genre. Like, I think superheroes as a genre has really got popular since Heroes. Because
no,
like,
I think it all started back in the early 2000s when we had the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and X-Men movies. I think that's when it kicked off.
Maybe the X-Men movies, but I don't want to say Spider-Man.
No, Spider-Man was huge, man. It was so big.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Okay, they were definitely popular as genres. Because if you want to get even further back, you can say Superman. But the reason I say Heroes is because they brought a whole new dimension to the superhero genre.
Dude, I've been like fighting off the urge to rewatch that series.
I've got season 1 and 2 on DVD.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I loved it. I started watching it when it was.
I like season 3. Most
when it
people hate
first came
season
out,
3.
actually, when it first came out, I was watching it on TV, and I had to wait week after week, like in the good old days, and it was so damn good. And I watched season 1, I watched season 2, I didn't watch 3 and 4, and then 3 and 4 went on Netflix, and I watched them.
Yeah.
3 was alright. 4 sucked.
I liked 3.
When they're in that carnival,
the only reason I
it
liked
sucked.
3. Oh, 4 was awful. The only reason I liked 3 was because of the whole bag and tag and how. Yeah. And how like Nathan was the bad guy, but also not the bad guy, and it's just.
I mean, I hate to say it, but you can't beat the first season of anything.
No,
really.
definitely not. Definitely. Well, no, I wouldn't say of anything. Stargate Atlantis and SG-1, I would say.
SG-1,
yes,
yes,
immensely better.
Atlantis
Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek, if you want to think about it.
Star Trek Originals. Star Trek Next Generation. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Season 1 was one of the worst seasons. For
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the new one's getting really good.
I haven't watched
Avatar, The Last Airbender. Season 3 was my favourite.
Anyway, get to your joke.
But no, the jokey comic book as an actual thing.
The jokey comic book, as in Loki Joker.
No. You said a serious answer, a jokey answer. I've thought of my jokey answer. Right, get this, Mysterion from South Park.
Oh wow.
I want that as an actual thing.
Nah.
Yeah, because that'd be awesome.
I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I don't find South Park comedy all that good.
I don't like it. Earlier, when I was younger, I did, but nowadays it's just kind of background noise at this point.
Yeah, of course, all teenage boys are like, hey, they said what? Nah, I've kind of matured a little bit, I guess, in my taste. My humor's definitely a lot drier and a lot less toilet humor.
That top knot giving you hipster powers to the maximum.
Oh my
now.
god. My convenience knot. That's what it's called.
Convenience knot.
Yeah.
Hashtag convenience knot.
Oh, by the way, yeah, Ted's suggestion for the topic of conversation today was bad hairstyles.
Well, we've covered that.
Finn says Ted's rocks.
I would like to talk about Ted's bollocks.
And Deja Vu Dark Mist says we should talk about Day 1 DLC.
Okay, here's the thing, because this is new to me, because fucking whenever I ask my audience anything, they don't reply for shit. So, seeing as your audience is replying... Okay, here's the thing I want to do in new podcasts. And I think we'll do this toward the end of the podcast, but I want you all to, like, reply, tweet, comment, whatever. I want you to give us a nerd versus nerd argument. So, for example, Superman versus the Hulk, or the Millennium Falcon versus the Serenity. Something like that. Something to progress a debate between us.
Ooh, because we used to do this all the time on TeamSpeak, didn't we? We used to
and we did it
fire,
when we first
two
met.
characters at each other, and we'd argue who would win.
And I think, right, if you guys give us a couple of suggestions, we'll go over maybe 2 or 3 at the end of each week.
Oh, dude, I like this. I like this a lot. That's a good idea. We could do one now if you wanted.
We could do one now just to kickstart it.
Should we do one now?
You shoot, because
I'll name a
I
character
can't
and
think
then... Okay, we're doing comic book characters?
Well,
Let's stick to comic book characters.
I think the rules... Well, we could do comic book characters. I think the rules generally between us have always been, like, something that is equivalent to that.
Yeah,
so,
you
like,
can't be like,
that...
Captain America versus the Death Star.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like how I said the Falcon versus the Serenity,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
So two things that are similar in what they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Batman versus Punisher.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
In a
I wanna say
fight,
the
not in a fight to
Punisher.
the death, just a regular fight.
Punisher.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Batman, despite how much I dislike him.
I don't like Batman either. But my logic for Punisher is because Punisher is a seasoned war veteran of 2 wars, whereas Batman's just rich.
Yes, very true, and I hate how I've said this because now I have to defend Batman. But although he's a seasoned war veteran, and that would certainly give him certain edges in certain situations, I don't think that would give him an edge in a brawl with one person. I feel like Bruce Wayne's experience as an assassin that doesn't kill, as a man who prides himself on just beating the shit out of people, especially in one-on-one situations. I mean, this dude's took out the Joker, for fuck's sake. I feel like that 1v1 experience would definitely go in Batman's favor. Also, gadgets.
Yeah, but Batman is too reliant on his gadgets to a certain extent, let's face it. He is good in a fist fight, I will grant you that. But going back to what I said about the seasoned war veteran and how he's gone toe-to-toe with most of Marvel's heroes and come out on top, I'm still siding with the Punisher. Because take Batman's gadgets away, what is he? He's a man in a batsuit.
He's a billionaire in a cape with some serious psychological problems.
Philanthropist.
Okay, I pretty much just chose Batman to play devil's advocate there. I would say Punisher too. I would say Punisher. I feel like the fight would be close. It would be very, 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 very drawn out. But I think when push come to shove, Punisher's brutality and his viciousness would give him that upper hand.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
Also fuck Batman.
Also, yeah, fuck Batman. Dude, I got so much shit for when I said I didn't like Batman. I don't like Batman translated into I've never read a comic book in my life somehow.
I know, that's worse.
It's like, what?
I had a very long debate with Kelvin about how I don't like Superman.
Me neither. It's not that I have anything against him. I guess maybe it's a generation thing because we've been spoiled.
Why, is Kelvin older than us, is he?
No, in his mind he is. But how...
I love you, Kelvin.
How we've been spoiled over recent years, like in our lifetime specifically, with new characters coming through and character development and stuff like that. We've definitely been spoiled with these incredible powers, and then all you have is this man who can fly and punch things really hard. And at the end of the day, his big weakness is kryptonite.
Everybody seems to conveniently have it
and
as well.
yeah, everyone knows what his weakness is. So it's like
his super ultra rare mineral that everybody seems to have lying around.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And we all know in Batman vs Superman the movie that's what's going to happen. It's just going to... I'd love for it to just be 5 minutes. It'll be them two staring at each other. And then Bruce Wayne just chucks a green rock at him and he starts squealing like a girl and flies away.
What is this magic power? I'm like, it's kryptonite. I found it in a dumpster.
I bought it on eBay.
If Ben Affleck doesn't do the gravelly, like, Batman voice, then I'm going to be so disappointed. Well, I'm already disappointed, but...
Are you you don't like Batfleck? You don't like...
No, I like Batfleck. I mean, I'm disappointed by the film before it's even begun.
Oh, I was going to say, I quite like the idea of... I mean, Ben Affleck might actually get me into the Batman movies.
But Ben Affleck, I think, is a fairly decent actor. I liked him in Daredevil, just the writing of Daredevil was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Daredevil was just a bad movie.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
No, I think he played his character very well. It was just, I said,
exactly.
stupidly written.
Yeah.
That scene when they're in the rain and it starts raining and he can hear her face and see her, it's like, shut up.
While we're talking about actually, I'm fairly confident, because they haven't actually announced it or anything, but I'm fairly confident that Batman vs Superman is the same universe as Christian Bale's Batman. Because in the trailer, you see the Batmobile, and it is that stupid Hummer from Batman 3.
That could... Either you could be correct, or that's just a product placement deal that they're kind of going to have to work around. It could just be a design choice,
I may be wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, in terms of what it is, that's the strongest hint you're going to get.
I would lean more towards it's a design choice than any real...
I think it's possibly, like,
They'll make some bullshit up, or the fans will make some justification, but I think when push comes to shove, it's either a design choice or a sponsorship.
Yeah, but then again, to support my theory, is that Batman vs Superman is supposed to be one of the first films leading toward the Justice League film.
See, I think that would get me into DC. I think Justice League would get me into DC.
I don't. Justice League, like, the animated series was fucking superb if you want to get into DC, but it's very slapdash, and they're like kind of making it up as they go along because they want to rival the Avengers at this point.
Oh, that's stupid. There's no point. The Avengers is so well established now, and
yeah, exactly. Like they planned
the Avengers
it from
did it well,
Iron Man.
where they released a movie for each of the characters prior to the Avengers. That was genius. Are they gonna do this with fucking Justice League? Are they gonna put out an Aquaman movie?
They are.
Oh my god.
Have you not seen it? I actually am looking forward to the Aquaman movie because Jason
Aquaman
Momoa
is the most hipster comic book character ever.
Yeah, but have you seen who's playing Aquaman?
No.
Obviously not, because you didn't
I
know it was
don't
going to be
care.
filmed.
I don't care about
it's
it all.
It's Jason Momoa. It's the goddamn guy from Game of Thrones and Stargate Atlantis.
Okay.
What's the name? Daenerys' king?
Yeah.
Yeah, him. He's Aquaman. Have you seen his character design as well? He's not wearing that skimpy orange outfit. He's gone fucking... But he looks more like Namor than he does Aquaman.
Okay.
So that's why I'm actually looking forward to an Aquaman film.
One last thing before we wrap this up. I do want to just make a point here to any Marvel representatives that may be listening. Your movies need more Hydra. Just saying.
They need more Hydra because the latter season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Captain America 3 wasn't enough Hydra.
With the exception of Captain America, there's been like, it's not done properly. I want cheesy suits and Hail Hydra every 2 minutes.
Yeah, I want I want Madam Hydra. I want the proper Madam Hydra.
Yeah.
With like the fucking tentacle head and everything.
Yeah. More emphasis on the Hydra, should I say?
Yeah. But I was gonna say, I'm gonna say this is my last thing. I was trying to say that it's Justice League films very slapdash because the Avengers was planned since Iron Man in 2008, I believe, and like since the Avengers came out, they've only decided, oh shit, we need to make a Justice League film. And then Batman vs Superman happened. Wonder Woman's gonna make a cameo in it. The Aquaman film has been confirmed. Also, Arrow and Flash, where the like. They got their own TV series, but like nobody knows where that is, whether it's its own universe or whether they're going to somehow incorporate it into Justice League, or it's all very last minute, and I don't like that.
Right, I think that wraps it up, dude. So just like sex when your mother calls your mobile phone, the show is over. We'll be back next week. That was a really bad joke.
Next week, I gotta think. I'm already gonna start to think of my next pun to open it.
You think of a pun. I'll think of some topics. I think we should just stick to comic books and stuff because we talk about games
that comes
enough.
to our mind, because we had a very long debate about fucking games earlier.
Yeah, we'll think of some topics. We'll think of some topics, but yeah, don't worry about that too much. But
remember the nerd debates.
Yes.
Leave them in the comments.
Pitch
and the tweets.
two characters. It doesn't necessarily have to be two characters. Like you said, it could be the Millennium Falcon versus like Serenity. Or you could have the Punisher versus Batman. Anyway, I think that's it from me. I will go to bed now because I've got work in the morning, actually. I'm going to upload this as soon as I can.
Are you going to upload tonight or tomorrow?
Tonight. I'm going to upload it and go to bed. Anyway. We'll be back on Tuesday. You're around next week, aren't you? You're not doing anything?
Nope, I should be right.
Awesome! Right.
We'll all see you on the MySpace.
On the MySpace, on the Bebo. Don't forget to add us to your Tinder page.